So, you play Fury Warrior, but you don't have any WeakAuras yet? Let's fix that one for you. Right, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, champions. Welcome back to another video. And today we're talking about WeakAuras and what they are, what the best ones to have as a Fury Warrior are. To be honest, these work for any class that you have, but this is going to be a specific Fury Warrior guide. And we're just going to discuss them, and I'm going to give you the best ones. I'm going to give you some damage-based ones, some raiding and dungeon-based things, as well as some small quality of your life ones that are specific for this expansion for Shadowlands in short. Before we start, very quickly, I go live on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday and Sunday from 7:30 till 10:30, doing raid progression, doing community events and doing Mythic Plus pushing, all on World of Warcraft, so do come on out. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. We do new videos every Thursday, so stick around. So we're going to start off with what are WeakAuras. WeakAuras is an add-on that you add to your game. Again, I did a whole video on add-ons up here, and it basically adds complete control over your UI as far as alert systems are concerned. So you can literally create any alert in the entire world, and this add-on allows you to do that, and it will ping it up and it will tell you need to do something right now, and that can be literally anything. It doesn't even have to be damage related. It doesn't have to be raiding related. You can have it ping up that you need to mount up when you walk into a certain area. You can have it tell you that your Hearthstone is off cooldown and have it up in the top hand corner. You can literally make anything out of this add-on, and it's so versatile. It's a brilliant add-on. You can make it do other things as well, so you can have it do alerts for flasks. You can have it shout up in giant words that you haven't done something. If you're a warlock, you can have it just shout out that you haven't even put out your pet. Same with hunters. You can literally have it do anything in the entire world, and that's why it's a key, very useful thing to have. So let's talk about some of the key ones that I use. All links will be down below for the ones that I use, because I take all mine off a website called Wago, and this website has tons of pre-made things that you just import, and it requires zero setup. So let's start with some damage. So one of the key ones that I use is my spells tracking WeakAura, and this tracking WeakAura literally has everything and anything. As a Fury Warrior, there's a few things you need to keep an eye on and remember what is going on, be it the whirlwind buff, be it how much rage you're putting out. You need to be able to keep track of these, and this one WeakAura that I use, I can't remember the exact naming, but again the link will be down below. This WeakAura will literally track how many whirlwind buffs you've got with the 2 blue bars at the bottom. It will track your entire rage generation, so you can see the minute you hit 80 you can cast that rampage. It has all the spells on cooldown. It also has some special features as well that flash up certain things when you're in rage. So as a Fury Warrior, we know that because we are currently a pile of dumpster fire. Because we're not very good at the moment with DPS, we have to make sure that we're casting spells at the right time. And rotation is key. Again, video up here to rotation. And this helps you prompt that rotation. So at certain times, such things such as Dragon Roar shouldn't be cast outside of an enrage, and you should be casting things to trigger an enrage. So therefore, this add-on, this WeakAura, tells you when to cast a certain thing. So it'll flash up in a giant circle to cast something that will then trigger your enrage, which can then mean you're allowed to cast your Dragon Roar and get the most damage output possible. Again, with rotations, especially Fury Warrior, the Fury Warrior rotation is more of a priority system, and it's making sure you're casting things at the right time to 1, make sure you've got enough rage generation, and 2, to make sure that you're enraged as much as possible, and then 3, casting the right spells when you are enraged. This WeakAura will help with that, and anytime one of these flashes up, you know it's the perfect time to be casting these, and it just helps you keep on top of that rotation. Secondly, there's one that I use, which is a global cooldown thing. You'll see it on the side of my screen going down every 2 seconds. I personally like to see how long I've got left on the global cooldown. I know it's only like 30 seconds, and it's literally just a monitor of what my haste is. I like being able to see that, because sometimes it means I won't overcast a spell. A lot of the time, if you push to cast a spell whilst the generic haste cooldown is happening, it will automatically put that in the queue. But if you can see that it's there and you can see a certain spell or thing is going to trigger, then you can stop that. So this is one of the quality of life damage ones that I quite like having. Again, I'll put a link down below on the exact haste monitor that I use. And then lastly, I have the interrupt tracker. I mentioned this in my previous video, but the interrupt tracker helps you track your own interrupts as well as your teammates' interrupts, so you can make sure you're not all casting your interrupts at the exact same time, which happens so often. And by using this, you can see if no one else is interrupted within that first second of the interruptive ability, you can chuck yours. Your name will appear there with a cooldown, and you can see that yours is on cooldown. Again, if you can see someone else is on cooldown, you can chuck your interrupt. And again, we need to make sure we're interrupting. We have a very solid interrupt with quite a short cooldown, so we need to cast that as soon as possible. Next up, we have got PvE content. In PvE content, there's a couple of things. There's not many in this section, but there's 3 main things that I urge you to get if you're getting WeakAuras. One of them is to get the raid alerts for Castle Nathria. This is a very big one. When you first add it, when you first import it to your add-ons, it will will look like it's about to crash your game. I promise you it's not. It's got a lot of information in, and basically if you position it roughly in the middle of your screen where your character is, whenever an ability is about to be cast, it will ping it up, and it will often do it a bit quicker than DBM does. DBM will only do it within a certain trigger. This will hit there as soon as you need to know about it. One, it helps with raid callouts as a raid leader, and two, it helps you as a damage dealer know what to do, especially if it's something such as incoming ads. It means that you know to start getting your charge ready for an incoming ad that's going to appear. The same rings true for the Mythic Plus dungeons. Someone's made an entire alert set for Mythic Plus dungeons, and this includes Mythic Plus affixes as well. Again, this is very similar to the raid one, in which it will pop up alerts when you need to know them. Again, position it in the middle of your screen. It's a very big file, so please don't think your game's going to crash. I promise you it isn't. And again, this helps you just keep track of what's going on during the raid. Again, to a certain degree, it'll help you keep track of things better than a DBM would, because it helps you focus on those additional affixes that you get every single week. And then lastly, there's one, I don't personally have this one, but I really like this one, and if you struggle at knowing the puzzle in Mists, then you need to get this. Basically, it's a WeakAura that when it happens, you click on it, and then you can select the pattern that has appeared, and it will tell you what it is straight away. So if you are a little bit slower at knowing what it is, again, like me, I'm not the best at knowing it, but my tank's pretty good. It will tell you what you need, what one's the odd one out, and it will tell you what way to go, in short. And it's a really, really useful one. I'm very thankful that this one has been created. And then lastly, we have a tagging one. So if you're in charge of the group, you have the ability to automatically tag every single mob. One, this helps out your other players in the group because it helps be able to pinpoint people. Plus, some of them out there, I'll try and link the one down below, some of them out there will have a priority system, so it'll put Skull on the most at-risk mob and then put decreasing rankings. Again, there is a ranking system when it comes to using markers. Usually, generally speaking, you go with Skull, Cross, and then so on and so forth, and this will automatically put those on there for you. So the minute you target a mob, they will ping up straight away. And it is useful for other players to be able to see certain characters. It's useful for comms, so if you want to quickly shout target X, target a circle, then it's instantly there and you don't have to do that yourself, and this just does it for you, so it's quite a nice one. And then lastly, we've got two quality of life ones. So in this one, we have got, these aren't really related to anything and they're not specifically related to Fury Warrior, but they're nice ones to have and ones I think you should get. The first one is the adventure table one. So as we know, the adventure table is quite a tough thing, especially as event thick, because you never win. This re-adds the percentage chance of winning that we used to have back in BFA and back in Legion. So as you add players to your table, it will tell you at the bottom what the percentage chances of you winning are. I find this massively useful because I don't really pay attention much to the adventure table. I just want to get it going and get it off just so I can get the rewards, rather than thinking about tactics personally. Also, I'm not Night Fae, so I'm not going to win every single time. I'm possibly never going to win. So this WeakAura really helps with making that a little bit easier to understand. We've then also got exclamation mark keys, and basically you type this command into chat and it will tell you everyone in your group, or if you accidentally put it in the guild chat, it tells you your entire guild's worth. As long as they have the WeakAura as well, it will ping up in the chat who has what key, and it's just a nice, easy, quick way to check what people have without having to link it in chat. It's a bit of a lazy one, but it's a nice quality of life one that really quickly gets it going. Again, I'll link all of these down below for everything that we've used. I'll also put a link to the main website, and I do urge you to have a look on there, have a look at the PvE ones, the PvP ones. There are some specifically for PvP as well, so if you're interested in that, have a look at the WeakAuras that has to offer. It also has some other quality of life ones, be it those simple mount up, use a flask, all those other ones that I haven't specifically mentioned in this video. Other than that though, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I go live on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday and Sunday from 7:30 till 10:30, doing guild progression, doing Mythic Plus and doing community events, so please do comment out if you'd like to see that. Other than that, make sure you give the channel a like, comment and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and see you next week in our next video. Bye bye.